Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a review of this week's Bullseye trades from Jeff Bishop. It was an amazing trade. I'm going to show you how he made 250% on this trade and how I used Lux Algo to supplement the idea from Bullseye trades for the week to help time entry and exits a little bit better. So for you guys that haven't checked it out yet, make sure you check out my Bullseye trades review. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can come and basically see everything about Jeff Bishop. I even did an interview with him. It's right here, talking about Bullseye trades and his 20 to 30 years of experience trading the markets. And also, most importantly, a list of the trades from the start of 2022. And this is something you don't really see very often, is people documenting every single trade from an alert service. And I think that's what makes this review so useful for people. You can go back through and you can find the contracts and see how you'd have played them or whatnot. And so he's back on a winning streak. For a while, people were having a hard time getting into these trades or just switching off because they weren't particularly easy to trade, even though it wasn't actually that many losers. It was actually just like a couple. But people sort of gave up, it seemed, or it's like this one tricky one I made money, but mostly it was flat. People that mistimed some of these would have lost money and they just kind of gave up on these. However, the last two have been really, really good. So you can see Tesla went from $3.44 to $13 last week, well, the week before last. This previous week that I'm talking about today was Bill.com. It went from $2.50 to like $7. I'll show you the charts in a minute. So really, it is a good service. I'm enjoying it again. I think if it's something that you've switched off from, you might want to come back and revisit it. So it's only $97 for a year, which is ridiculous. There's a link here, my referral link right here. I managed to negotiate with Raging Bull to get my audience $97 for a whole year, which is something you really won't see from any other service. So yeah, so let's talk about Bill.com. This was the email that went out on Tuesday because we had a short week, so I think it was Tuesday this last week, May 30th. And so coming down here, you can see his very brief overview was it's Bill.com. He's going to talk about it in his session live, which I don't have time to go to anymore. And so he says, Bill was a former tech darling stock back when everyone was in a good mood in 2021. I wasn't in a good mood in 2021, but as the stock traded around 350 for a while. When the market sobered up in 2022, Bill traded all the way down to 75 right before the last earnings report. Now Bill has been flirting with $100, and I think we're going to see that level taken out very soon, and will then provide a level of new support. My plan is to get started with a half position today and look to add more to it. Again, I come back to this idea that you don't just jump in Bullseye trades at market open on Mondays or Tuesdays like this one. You wait and you scale in for a bargain, basically, as best you can. So he says, if I'm right, I think Bill will have a date with the 200-day moving average, which is around 107. If I'm wrong, then I've set my stop under 92. And here are the contract details highlighted at the bottom. You can see these. And so what I did is I plotted these in Thinkorswim. So I plotted the June 16th 105 calls in Thinkorswim so you guys can see what happened from Tuesday to Friday. And this is them. This is Tuesday on the left, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. So Jeff said, I'd look for a price of around 250. So let me just draw the 250 in right here. Oops, just trying to get this to, should have double clicked it. Alright, so there's 250. So you can see on the Tuesday we kind of had a price hovering around there, then certainly on this day here and here, and then the thing just took off and all the way up to 6.5, which is like right here. So from 2.5 to 6.5 in 3 days, which is awesome. And part of that, or a big part of that, was the market rallied really hard on this debt ceiling stuff. And so it was, it was a great trade. It really was. The problem that a lot of people have is trusting entries and exits now, especially if if you chase here, so it doesn't look like much, but if you chase at 4, for example, and it drops to 2.5, a lot of people are freaking out and stopping out. the problem is like the actual stop out on these swing trades is a close below 92, which is not comfortable for a lot of people because it would have put you way down like here somewhere. And so I think that's the biggest problem with Bullseye trades sometimes, is you've got to be able to manage these, and you know, it's not a total hand-holding system. You've got to actually be able to manage your emotions and your trade by yourself. So so this one thing I found really useful was a tool that I've been talking about a lot recently called Lux Algo. And so it's an indicator tool, and it actually signified here as a buy. So it didn't, so you know, you can use that in conjunction. So you're like, okay, I can get in around 250. This is holding, and Lux Algo has a buy. So let me show you the Lux Algo chart. I've got it here on TradingView. So this is the same chart that we're looking at here, but this is the underlying, because Lux Algo only allows you to plot the underlying. It doesn't let you plot the contract. So this is Bill's underlying, but for the most part the underlying and the contracts match, right? You can see definitely a correlation between the two. You have to take into account things like time decay and IV and stuff like that, but overall you can see that they match. We had this spike on the Tuesday, which you definitely don't want to chase, almost never. You can see on the contracts we had the same thing. Then we peaked up here on the Friday. We peaked up here on the Friday. And so this is Lux Algo, and you can see there's a strong buy signal right here, which is on the Wednesday morning. So we go here, this is the Wednesday morning. Right here there was a strong buy from Lux Algo. And so you can see that this thing did just run up, and I like to use this trailing, I think it's called the Smart Trail, and it basically, as long as it stays above that, it kind of use it as like a uptrending support line. And so basically this would have helped you immensely if you had a little bit of fear or doubt, which is totally normal with these trades, right? Because you know, emotion's always going to come into these trades. So Jeff Bishop can say, hey, these are my parameters, but you're in the end are responsible for the trade. So anything you can add to help you manage the trade, because Jeff's not always there to hold your hand, right? You can't just ask him, hey, would you buy, would you sell, would you buy, would you sell? You've got to manage these yourself. And so Lux Algo by itself is already a great tool, and if you're using it and you can get it for free, well, not for free, for really low cost, I think my link right here in the review article, this guy right here, you can get 30% off using the coupon code STA30, and you can get the 3 months for $100. So it's really, really low cost. And if it helps you with other services, but it also allows you to take your own trades without having to do all this research and due diligence and everything, it's more than worth it. So I definitely recommend checking out the link in the description below, having a look at Lux Algo if you don't already have it. If you do already have it, try messing with the settings and some of the previous Bullseye trades, and you'll be able to see whether it would have helped you manage the trades better as well. So that's just kind of a tip I have for this week. I think Lux Algo is something I've been using a lot recently, and you can definitely add it to other trade ideas to help give you that confluence if you need it. So looking at the Raging Bull dashboard here, you can see if we open this up, it's always good to get like social proof, right? Whether other people were taking the trades or if they were able to not get in. And so for a while when we were really on a hot streak, there was just so many comments in this section. It's calmed down a lot now, and you can see that people were getting in this, but they're still a little hesitant to get in. And so even this guy Ryan says I was hesitant to get into this trade as it didn't hit the entry price, but it did hit the entry price, but it was very brief, and it's hard when it's not quite, like if it dips below the entry price, people tend to get in more. But yeah, we'll see how it goes this coming week. So yeah, check out the links in the description below. You'll find my review article for Jeff Bishop's Bullseye trades with every trade from 2022 and 2023. And also check out Lux Algo if you haven't already. I highly recommend it. It's something I've been day trading with every day this last few weeks, and I'm really, really impressed with it, and you can get it for such a low price, it's worth at least checking out. Alright guys, talk to you in the next video.